We've got the Kaplan non-whistling E string here. And the big question you're going to have is, does it work? And the answer is yes, about 90–95% of the time. Now, I first heard about this string a few years ago when a professional violinist friend of mine, when I was going to America, asked me to buy this specific string. And then recently, when I was getting back into playing violin myself, I was having issues with a whistling E string, specifically changing strings to the E string, obviously with double stops. And then this string popped back into my mind. Now, the claims it's got a quick play-in time, which I have found to be true. I played it in for about 10–15 minutes, brought it out just now about a week later, and it's gone a little bit out of tune, but not much. I'm not going to claim I know how the string works as in terms of non-whistling. Really handily for me, though, it comes with this ball end adapter, which means that on my fine tuner with a hook, I can actually have the ball end on, no problem. Now, before I put it on, I played a particular passage, it's La Folie on Suzuki Book 6 if you want to know, that has those double stops changing to the E string where I'd always struggled with whistling on the E string. I then changed over to the non-whistling option and it worked. I don't know how it works. It works 90–95% of the time. What I actually found was that I was so used to dealing with that whistling issue that I was almost apprehensive to change strings at a normal pace because I knew that's what caused the whistling. And I had heard that and I'd experienced that if you want to stop the whistling, you almost have to stop the bow, change, and then play. That's obviously more difficult. So you're going to know if you want this string. If you're a professional player, you have no issues with whistling, you don't need this string. But if you are an amateur like me and you've had issues with whistling on the E string and you don't know how, you could improve your technique, and obviously that's always a good thing to do. But honestly, getting this E string, it just makes it so much easier. And the plus side is you're not going to deal with, E string whistling PTSD like I've had to. So, does it work? Yes. Do I know how? No. But it works 90–95% of the time, and that's great.